Energon is the Transformers' primary fuel, and is the energy of Primus, the cosmic being of light and order who created the Cybertronian race. But Primus has an evil counterpart, UNICRON, the dark god of chaos and destruction, and in him, Energon has its own dark reflection. These are the basics on the blood of UNICRON. Dark Energon. The story of UNICRON's evil energy and its many abilities began with the character's introduction in 1986's The Transformers the Movie, a transforming robotic planet that roamed the galaxy consuming other worlds. UNICRON was presented both in the film and in contemporary stories from the Transformers cartoon and Marvel comic book as possessing vast powers. He could reshape Transformers into new, more powerful forms, psychically communicate with, control, or torture others' minds, see and travel through space and time at will, including between alternate timelines and dimensions, even bring the dead back to life. However, the film offered no origin for UNICRON and his incredible abilities, leaving other pieces of media to provide their own answers. In the cartoon, UNICRON was revealed to be the rebellious creation of an alien genius named Primacron, which didn't do much to explain his cosmic powers. The comic, on the other hand, explained his ability to perform these unearthly feats by depicting him as a dark god from the beginning of time, ancient enemy of the Transformers creator, Primus, the god of light. Of these two origin stories, the comics version proved more popular, and went on to become the definitive origin story for UNICRON in Western media, influencing many future series. Japanese media, however, has continued to tell stories set in the world of the original cartoon, which have explored the origin and nature of UNICRON's abilities in their own unique way, beginning with the 1998 animated series, Beast Wars 2nd. This series introduced Angle-moi energy, a mysterious liquid energy that lay deep within the Earth, which, at some point in our future, was discovered by humankind and used to build a prosperous, advanced society. However, Angle-moi was more than just a fuel. It had a strange, supernatural nature and reacted to the hearts of those who wielded it, achieving different effects whether used for good or for evil. Realizing that the inherent capacity for evil that exists within all human hearts risked tainting the Angle-moi and causing great destruction, humanity was forced to abandon Earth and relocate to other planets, leaving the Angle-moi behind. Tens of thousands of years later, a team of heroic Maximals led by Lio Convoy came to the deserted Earth to stop the evil Predacon Emperor Galvatron from obtaining the Angle-moi energy still lying there, and in the course of their battles, they would experience many of the energy's unusual effects. It could reformat and upgrade Transformers into more powerful bodies, give life to new Transformers, and in the Beast Wars 2nd manga, it even evolved normal animals into Transformers. Now, the word Angle-moi was taken from a real-life doomsday prophecy by 16th century French astrologer Nostradamus, who foretold that in the year 1999, someone or something called the Great King of Angle-moi would be revived. This prophecy had become big in Japanese popular culture as 1999 approached, leading to its influence on this series, and it held a clue to where the story of Angle-moi energy would go next. At the climax of Beast Wars 2nd, Lio Convoy sealed the Angle-moi energy into capsules and scattered them across the galaxy. The 1999 sequel series, Beast Wars Neo, then followed two new groups of Maximals and Predacons as they competed to recover the capsules, encountering more of the energy's strange effects on the planets where they had landed. Eventually, in the final act of the series, it was revealed that Angle-moi energy was, in fact, the energy of Unicron himself, the source of his powers, which had somehow become sealed within the Earth after the destruction of his body in the movie. With the energy now released from the planet, Unicron's servants, the Blentrons, set about stealing the capsules and reuniting the Anglemois within them to create a living energy form for their master's spirit to inhabit. Unicron then attempted to possess Cybertron and take it as his new body, but he was defeated and expelled from the planet by the Maximals. Now, by complete coincidence, at the same time Beast Wars Neo was telling this story in Japan, in America, official convention BotCon also told its own alternate story about what became of Unicron's energy after the movie, titled Reaching the Omega Point. In this version of events, the destruction of Unicron's body blasted the Dark God's life force back through time to prehistoric Earth, where it lay hidden for eons. Eventually, in the far future, it was found by the Predacon Shockeract, who harnessed the power of Unicron's dark essence and used it to conquer all of Cybertron. To save the planet, an alliance of Transformers traveled back in time to purge Unicron's essence from Earth in the past, thereby altering history and wiping out Shockeract's timeline. Now, there was a lot of conceptual overlap between these two stories, so in 2007, Omega Point author Simon Furman combined the two ideas, merging the Japanese idea of Anglemois energy with the Western concept of Unicron as a dark god to create a third take on the story for IDW Publishing's Beast Wars comic book, The Ascending. In this series, Anglemois was depicted as inherently evil and chaotic, like Unicron himself, possessing addictive, corrupting properties that Shockeract used to drive the populace of Cybertron to acts of rage and violence, generating hatred and chaos as part of a ritual to bring about Unicron's resurrection. To date, The Ascending is the only major appearance of Anglemois energy in Western media, because in 2010, a new interpretation of Unicron's evil energy was introduced as part of the newly launched Aligned continuity. By this point, 21st century additions to Transformers lore had established that Energon, the Transformers' fuel, was the life-giving energy of Primus himself. Thus, the Aligned continuity treated Unicron's energy as its direct counterpart, naming it Dark Energon. Typically manifesting as purple crystals, it was a poisonous, addictive substance known in Cybertronian legend as the blood of Unicron, which would eventually consume and destroy all but the most wicked, strong-willed individuals who tried to wield its power. Dark Energon debuted in the video game War for Cybertron, in which Megatron seized control of a sample kept aboard the Trypticon space station and used it as a weapon against the Autobots. Megatron's mad schemes ultimately led to Cybertron itself becoming poisoned with Dark Energon, leaving the planet unable to support life and forcing the Transformers to abandon their world. Dark Energon would also play a big role in the Transformers Prime animated series, in which it was seen to give life to inanimate machines and to reanimate dead Transformers as Terrorcon zombies. Now, Dark Energon was rare. Only small amounts of it had been released from Unicron's body after his defeat by Primus and the original 13 Transformers in the ancient past. But the Prime cartoon revealed that a vast reserve of Dark Energon was buried within the Earth, where Unicron had lain dormant since his defeat. The series also exposed the ultimate price of Dark Energon. It tainted a user with Unicron's evil energy, and when they died, their spirit was unable to join the afterlife, and was instead consigned to a Unicronian purgatory. The creators involved have said that the resemblance between Dark Energon and Anglemois energy was just another coincidence, but functionally, they're just different expressions of the same idea: Unicron's unearthly power as a tangible energy that's able to do just about anything the plot demands. and material from the Transformers Collectors Club has since treated them as broadly just being different names for the same thing. Back in Japan, meanwhile, new stories set in the continuity of the original cartoon have continued to be told, still featuring Angomwa energy. But there was one big unanswered question. If, in that continuity, Unicron was simply a creation of Primacrons, how did he possess this godlike power? To provide an answer, Japanese creators brought over aspects of the Western story of Unicron and Primus, beginning with Primus's introduction into the cartoon universe in 2006's Kiss Players, which explained that it was he who had sealed Unicron's Angomwa within the Earth in Beast Wars 2nd. The story was further expanded in 2019's Generations Selects manga, which told in full the story of humanity's discovery of Angomwa and the conflict that erupted as a result of its use. In the process, it was revealed that Angomwa was originally the energy of Primus. Primacron had studied and duplicated it, corrupting it with the dark intentions in his heart, resulting in an evil version of the energy that was used to create Unicron. The end result of this years-long international exchange of ideas is that whether it's in American media or Japanese, Primus and Unicron represent two sides of the same coin: chaos and order, light and shadow, creation and destruction, good Angomwa and evil Angomwa, Energon and Dark Energon, inevitable forces in an eternal conflict with the Transformers caught in the middle. And those are the basics on Unicron's evil energy, whether you call it Dark Energon, Angomwa energy, or anything else. For more Transformers history and lore like this, subscribe and check out over 200 more videos. Plus, get early access to new episodes by supporting the series on Patreon.